Aloha, and welcome to this tutorial video for IS 330, Management Information Systems at Brigham Young University, Hawaii. In this first tutorial video, I'd like to answer the question, what is an information system? We're going to be talking a lot about information systems in this class. We'll be talking about using them, about buying them, about building them, about understanding their value for the organization. So we need to start and make sure that everybody in this class understands what is an information system. Okay? And briefly, an information system is a system that the purpose for which is to help us to collect, organize, and process and store the information that we need. Okay, now that may seem a little circular to say that an information system is a system for processing, collecting, and storing information. But let's explain what a system is first. A system is something that's made up of multiple parts that interact. Okay, we have the solar system, right? We have planets and stars and asteroids and cosmic stuff. We have respiratory systems, our lungs and our breathing airways, our diaphragm that pulls our lungs open, the mouth and the nose that air flows through. This is all part of a system designed to keep you and I alive right now. Okay? So these are systems. There's multiple pieces, and we can look at the pieces, but we also need to look at the whole thing, everything interacting together. So when we look at information systems, we're going to look at them piece by piece, but we have to understand that the pieces of an information system by themselves don't make an information system. The pieces have to interact. Okay? Now, we'll continue to revisit this theme of interacting pieces and understanding the interactions as we develop through this course. But now let's look at what each of the 5 components of an information system are. Okay? There's 5 components based on the framework used in your textbook. Okay? These 5 components or pieces of an information system are 1. Hardware, 2. Software, 3. Data, 4. Procedures, and 5. People. Okay? Hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. Write that list down. Pause the video, write it down. Then you can unpause the video, and then pause the video and memorize it. Okay? And then start the video again. I'll wait. Okay, now that you've done that, I want to talk about what each of those are. I wanted you to write it down and memorize this list because this is the framework for this course. We're going to look at each of these pieces of the information system and then discuss how we can understand them, how we can utilize them, how we can understand how they interact with each other better. Okay? But let's define in this video what each of these 5 pieces are. Hardware is the stuff you touch of an information system. Okay? You're sitting at a computer right now watching me on this video. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep. If you have, your head is probably resting on something that looks like this. Okay? This is a keyboard. Okay? Your hand is probably using something like this, a mouse. You may also be using some sort of dragging trackpad. You may be watching this video on your phone. Okay? And your phone is a piece of hardware. You're listening to this through speakers or your headphones. Those are hardware. This is all plugged into some sort of box, maybe sitting on your desk, or it's all in a laptop unit. Okay? All of this is hardware. There's other pieces of hardware hidden inside closets and walls and underground that's making this experience between you and I possible. Okay? But hardware is the stuff that we can touch. Okay? That we typically look and say, oh look, there's a computer. That's hardware. So what is software? Software is the stuff that we don't really touch. It's the stuff that's written into the computer, into the hardware. It's instructions. Okay? Software are simply instructions that tell the hardware how to do specific jobs. Okay? You can think of software as recipes that tell the computer how to perform certain functions, like displaying a video on a screen, or like receiving input from your keyboard. Okay? Software lets us do wonderful things, like sending emails, updating Facebook status messages. Okay? It also allows us to do business-oriented things like calculating sales totals in a spreadsheet, preparing a presentation. Software is what enables us to do what we do on a computer. Okay? Without software, computers would be very, very, very boring. Okay? So we've talked about hardware, the stuff we touch, and software, which provides instructions to run the hardware. Then we get to data. Okay? Data are facts about the things that we're interested in with our information system. If we're interested in books, like maybe we're selling textbooks, then data could include the cost of a book, its condition, the number of pages it has, what the market value is, how many we have on hand. Okay, all of those are little facts of information. If we have an information system for managing students, we could be dealing with grade point averages, course enrollments, grade histories, things like that. Your plan for graduating. Those are all pieces of facts about your status as a student that we may be interested in. Okay, so these facts form data. And when we design and develop and use information systems, we have to stop and ask ourselves, how do we collect this data? How do we organize this data? Which pieces of data are we interested in? Okay, and which can we throw away? Because we can't collect everything. And how do all of these bits of data relate to each other? And it's the relationship among these facts that creates what we call information. And we'll explore that topic in a future video. Okay, so we have hardware, which is the physical pieces of the technology that we interact with. Okay, we have the software, which provides instructions to the hardware. We have data, which contain facts about the items we're interested in. These could be products, services, objects, people, you name it. We can collect facts about it and store those facts. Okay, then we get to the procedures and the people. Now, people, it's pretty obvious what those are. Then you look around the room, you're probably going to see some of them right now, unless you're alone watching this video. And then, well, you can look at me. I'm people. You're people. The people you work with are people. Okay? Your customers are people. All of these people, depending on your information system, can be part of the system because they're doing stuff. They're doing stuff and they're interacting with the hardware, the software, and the data. Okay? So when they do that, you usually have to give them instructions. Okay? And so those instructions are called procedures. They're the steps that an individual has to take. Procedures could include basic things like press the power button, wait for the computer to start up, enter your username and password to log into the inventory management system. When you receive inventory into a warehouse, update the quantity of inventory. All of those are steps. Okay, so we give procedures to people for interacting with information systems. These procedures allow us to understand and optimize the value that we get out of our information system. Okay, so we have hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. The 5 components of an information system. You should memorize this list, try to understand this list, and by the end of this course, you should be able to explain what each of these items are and how they interact with each other. That's it for this video. I look forward to your feedback. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy the rest of the course.